Malte Freunde, you can always tell how it's going for me when you look at my table. So here I'm pouring over a painting that wasn't too bad. It just, I sometimes, it's hard sometimes. Today I will stay in monochromatic colors. So I'm using this one here. It's a pearl white. Actually, it's called Super Pearl White by Nova Colors. I use a simple black and white, and I also use a cottontail, which is a color that this little piggy created and thought of me, so I was a little bit involved in naming it. And I love bunnies. So, as I'm layering my paints here, let me tell you, I'm having a lot of fun with this painting. Like I said, you see it on my table. Just the fact that I just poured over a painting, I'm frustrated. That usually makes me play around, forget my expectations, and just paint, explore, experiment. So the big spoiler here is that I'm not 100% happy with the end result, but I love the process, and because of that I could just not let go of that painting and scrape it. So what I did was let it dry, and you will see after I showed you how I made this with all the funny things that I'm gonna do, like throwing, blowing, scooping, dragging, swiping, how the wonderful Tara from Pieces of Terra Artistry will fix my little boo-boo on a 20 by 20 canvas. Tara and I met at the Fluidartexperience, and since then became good friends, and I love her work. She will be teaching what she's gonna do with my painting, you guys, at the next Fluidartexperience, as well as I am. So this is not even 2 weeks away. If you want to get into a class, if it's Tara's, if it's mine, if it's Sarah Taylor, Mixed Media Girl, Kathleen from Cos Creation, or Canella, or one of our wonderful guest artists, Britt Clayton, Amber Goodwin, and Nate Bright, as well as Brian Ziglarski from Studio 15. Because all these people are gonna be there in Dallas in 2 weeks. So get your tickets now. Well, it's now or next time. You pick. Especially with the bloom technique, this time there's going to be not only me teaching the bloom recipe, Tara's going to teach you a bloom blowout, and Sarah Taylor is going to do her textured bloom swiping. Pretty magical. Yeah, but like I said, it's coming up in 2 weeks, and do it now. Link is somewhere up there. This is now when things are going a little crazy. I like splatters, you know it. I love the black and white idea. And I feel like you can go crazier once your colors are a little bit toned down. I think that helps the crazity a little bit to not seem as crazy. So lots of thinking I'm doing in this one, and you can watching this now and looking at my face, I can just tell I'm not happy and I need to work it, and I need to, I don't know, get somewhere. And that is my first fling. I love doing this with the bloom technique, with the cell activator on top, and with a black and white especially. It's more about the patterns and not the colors. It's not too much in your face, even though you will see this will be very much in your face. But at this point, I don't know that yet. So I always go and try to be in the moment, go with the flow, see what I like, try to save those spots, try to get rid of stuff that I don't like, And also always have in mind that you're gonna spread this and that you're gonna tilt it. That will change so much. So applying the color and the paint is just one part of the whole process. The first part is the applying. The second part is the stretching in form of tilting and spinning. The tilting I do to manipulate the composition, to bring things to the spot where I want it. The spinning just helps me to even my movement out, to reduce stretch marks, and to get rid of my paint in a very simple and fast way. Another tip I have for you guys, even though you don't do social media or you don't post your videos, you don't have a YouTube channel, it helps me a bunch to look back at my paintings that I've recorded. For example, this one. I not only learn a lot about myself, but I also see, I don't want to say mistakes because there are no mistakes, but I know in my tilting and spinning process here, I should have seen different things. Looking back, I know what I was doing. I know what I was trying to get rid of and what I was trying to keep. I really love my fling there. And I try so hard to keep this. You judge for yourself and please let me know if that was really the mistake, the not mistake I was doing. The tilting and really trying to keep that fling while the balance suffers from this. So I now believe that what you see here, the black spot, the black bunch of paint, is a lot of a focal point, especially with the blow on top of it. The rest, the splatters are just, they are extra. The focal point is very important and I should have seen that, and to save the balance of this painting, I should have kept that black part with the blow on top more towards the middle. And what I'm doing here is pushing it more towards the side because I really want to keep that fling, which in the end really suffers from the composition. And that is something that you should see while you're tilting. You can't move the paint back infinitively. You kind of have to deal with your decisions. It's just like life. You're making a decision and you have to take responsibility for this decision. I call that being a reasonable adult. I know it, you know it, adulting is hard, but at one point you gotta do it. So that's why I'm showing you this painting. All right, let's have a closer look. So there's one thing that once I saw it, I could not unsee it. And I just needed help. And I called Tara. She could fix my painting. And she said, heck yeah. So she did. And that's what you're gonna see next. You will see the same footage on Tara's channel, but she will do her own version of the video. So check that out if you have questions that I will not be able to answer, because she does her thing and she's the one who's good at. So check this out. I was lucky enough to take one of Tara's classes where she did her scales on top of a dried painting. And I thought the black scales on top of my black and white and gray and sparkly painting would just be perfect. So I sent this to her once it was dry. Here's a little dorky picture of me doing her scales on top of a purple. And this is her footage. And see that member there? It's a very meaty wiener. It's like I can't unsee it, you guys, and I don't know why they appeared in Fluidart so much. What the heck, guys? So this is what she's doing. This is a plastic palette, so you can dispose it after you're done. You can also use a plastic plate or a silicone mat, and this is the palette knife she uses. I'm assuming you can use bigger ones, but the shape is kind of important for her scales. And when I sent this painting to her, told her, do whatever you want to do. You're the artist. I'm gonna surrender this painting to you. Do what you can. And her process, like I said, please go to her channel, watch it on her channel to really get the questions answered you might be having. Because I'm just, I did the splatters and the penis, so she's gonna do the rest. Enjoy this, lovely people. The end result is stunning. I love it. We will bring this. Actually, it's already in Dallas, and you're gonna be able to purchase it. We're gonna share. Maybe we're gonna donate. I don't know what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do with it, Tara? It's so much work to do to figure out where she's gonna put the scales. I think that the starting point and the ending point is the most challenging. Everything in between, once you know where you want to put your scales, that is fine, but which direction are they going? Where's the flow going? How are we gonna connect parts? It's easy to cover up the wiener, but leaving enough so this painting keeps being interesting and you don't have just black scales on it, that's the challenging part. And she kept asking me, are you gonna be mad if I cover this part up? Are you gonna be mad if I gonna do? I'm like, Tara, you've got this. I trust you and you're gonna make it beautiful. And she did. It's not only hard to let go of a painting and have somebody work on your work, it's also, on the other hand, so challenging to be okay to, in a parentheses, destroy somebody else's artwork. This is a collaboration, literally, and I trust her as much as she trusted me, and the outcome is just beautiful. And you know what? The fling that I was so proud of and was so happy about, it's gonna be gone. But so will the dong, so. And it's totally fine because what she left on there is the most pretty part of the painting, and with her scales added, it's a sophisticated, elegant, and a little bit crazy piece of art. So isn't that pretty? Come to Dallas, buy it. Maybe I keep it. I just can't wait to see it in person. Can't wait to see you, Tara. I can't wait to see everybody who's coming to Dallas to hang with us, to do the gala dinner, to just talk paint for a whole weekend. I cannot wait. Love you guys. See you then. Bye-bye.